Hey everyone, welcome to part two of this week's meeting. In part one, we just went over a basics of Dremel 3D print slicer and how to properly render STL file in order to convert it to G code and send it off to the Dremel printer. And then we went over how to calibrate and so how to level and how to replace filament on the Dremel. So here we're going to talk about upcoming events and workshops to look forward to and any upcoming announcements. So, there you go. All right, so the first topic I want to talk about is printing the, well, basically what we're going to try to do for these upcoming 3 weeks before the finals. I'm hoping to get the joystick assembly finished. And so I would like to print the enclosure for the joystick module and Nano itself, which Roger Random provided a file on one shape that basically shows what the enclosure looks like. So as you can see, this right here represents where the joystick module would go in the Arduino Nano. And I was able to actually download it and put it in our Fusion 360 folder. Note that if you do want to download stuff from one shape, you do need an account for that. So that'll have to be your own account linked to it. So here is what I was able to download. Basically, it's the same thing. It's a solid part and can easily be converted to an STL file. So I'll be sending that to the slicer on Wednesday. Let's see if I can get rid of this. This is what the official print is going to look like. So as you can see here, just the enclosure, and then these two parts will be basically holding together holding the joystick module in Arduino Nano, and here's where the wire would stick out. So yeah. So this file is in our Fusion 360 Selfie Rover project, which I have recently made, and I would like to get everyone access to this folder. Everyone who has an active Autodesk account and has opened Fusion 360 at least once through either browser or installed the application will be able to have access to basically everything that you see here. So the 3D prints, I currently got the differential, joystick, enclosure, and stuff like that, schematics and all that stuff. And we can add to it basically all the STL files that were provided on GitHub. We can add to this later as time goes on. So the way I would like to give everyone access to this is I will be sending out an RSVP form. And once you fill that out, basically I'll be able to send you an invitation. Is it right there? So I'll be able to send you an invitation to your email that's linked to your Fusion 360 account. And then you should be basically automatically have access to this. You'll see this in your projects tab. You'll automatically see it once you get the invitation. So, and I'm planning to print the enclosure on Wednesday, April 13th at 4:30. So basically what I'll be doing is just rendering it on the slicer and then putting it in the Dremel to get it to print. This is not going to be a mandatory meeting or anything. If y'all want to come by and see what's going on, come by, say hi, you're more than welcome to. I'm just letting y'all know that I'm going to be printing it April 13th at 4:30. All right, so the code is, as we all know, the code for the joystick module is provided on the GitHub for the Selfie Rover. So we are planning on covering those with Jonathan Kamer in upcoming weeks. So this is the main thing we're going to be planning on covering. So the Joy Drive, C++ coding that would be implemented in the Arduino IDE. And if possible, we could also try to test it in Tinkercad. And if time permitted, we can also go over the motor coding. that would basically be for, yeah, the motors provided. So again, I'm still discussing with Jonathan Kamer. He is hoping to host a meeting sometime on either this upcoming Monday or next Monday. But we'll make upcoming announcements. Just keep an eye on that. And yeah. So for electronics, basically all we need, and we already have, is a joystick module, which is this right here, and then the Arduino Nano, which is this right here, and then possibly a circuit board to connect it to. So Roger Random provided basically all the instructions for it. If you'd like to look further into this, you can look on this link right here. It's also provided in the GitHub if you'd like to look more into it. And we're planning to put together, wire, and solder the Nano and joystick module around the week of April 24th. So that'll be our last meeting where we're hoping to basically finalize everything in terms of just finishing up the joystick. We'll have everything 3D printed for the joystick, and then we'll put it together. And if time permitted, we'll try to test it out, see if we can test it out on a servo motor. And in addition, we're just going to go over soldering a bit, just the standard operating procedures and the demonstration with Ross. I believe JC will be doing it along with him. And yeah, they'll basically just put it together. Yep. So upcoming workshops, the lathing workshops, which we have announced recently with Logan from Makerspace. He will be hosting it these upcoming dates. So 2 days this week and then 2 days next week, all apparently at 2 p.m. And the link provided, we have noticed that, or we have been notified that, the registration link doesn't actually work. So I'm getting in contact with Logan about that, and it's most likely that he possibly has all the slots full, but just in case he doesn't, I'll let him know to fix the site. And if he does, I'm hoping to see if he can accommodate for us, basically open up his availability. And if he does, I will send out an RSVP form for everybody so they can join the workshops during those times. So just keep an eye out for the announcements for those. And yeah, we'll let you know how things go with that. Yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, that basically covers everything. Thank y'all for joining. I'll look forward to our next meeting. Again, keep an eye out for announcements. I will send in this form right here. Be sure, if you haven't yet, please try to get your Fusion 360 account up, or the Autodesk account up, and get your 1-year subscription for that if you can, so you can just get comfortable with the app, because hopefully next semester we'll try to actually assemble everything on Fusion 360 alongside the actual physical assembly of the Rover, which would be, pretty cool. So yeah, thank you all again, and hope you all enjoyed the rest of your week. Bye.